Episode 3520, Daily is Better Than Weekly.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're drying out a little bit. Finally, I think the rain is calming down and hopefully we don't have additional earthquakes. I mean, what is going on in this world? Sometimes you just have to scratch your head. But you know what? Today is all about the person you're sleeping with. Oh, yes, your spouse. Daily is better than weekly. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the K.I.S.S newsletter. They keep it simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. This episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. You know, it's interesting. The daily grind can often overshadow the most important relationship in one's life. Yeah, it's your marriage. Being present and connected in a marriage requires intentional effort and prioritizing each other. Daily is better than weekly. My friends, you can't build a loving relationship without being present. But how many times are we doing it? For some reason, somehow, couples think a great marriage just happens. Yet, you and I both know that's not the case. In fact, a great marriage requires good work. So how are you creating a great marriage? Are you? I mean, I want you to look at it honestly. If you've got a husband who loves football, do you take time to sit down and watch football? Now, maybe that doesn't matter to him, but let me tell you, if you did sit down with him, let's say it really doesn't matter to him, that first time you do sit down with him without him saying, hey, hon, will you come sit next to me? I'd just like to snuggle up to you. Do you know how much that would mean to him immediately? That'd mean the world. Because flip the side, right? Flip the coin, right? There's two sides to every coin. So when you flip that coin, what if you were doing something and your husband came over and just started showing interest or curiosity? That'd blow your mind, wouldn't it? In a positive way. We know that there has to be hard work involved when it comes to building that strong relationship. But everything else in life comes really easy. Just go up there, drive-thru. We get anything we want to eat, pretty much. You can even get a steak. I mean, come on. You don't have to worry about going out into the field and picking your own vegetables. You could just go get the vegetables you want. You can have anything sauced the way you want to sauce it. You can order everything and anything almost online, literally, and have it drop shipped to you. And it's at your front door sometimes in a day, sometimes same day. Crazy. Crazy, I tell you. So we get really comfortable at things coming to us easily. But let me tell you, a strong marriage does not. And I think back in the olden days, and I'm talking not my olden days, but before my olden days, so my mom's and my grandma's olden days, they knew what hard work was. And so because they knew how to put in the hard work and they had to do the hard work to get what they did have, honestly, the marriage seemed, it wasn't, but seemed initially easier. If you were to compare the working, doing the job, going out in the field, going hunting, whatever, getting the cattle ready, taking care of the hay, feeding everything. I mean, it was a long, drawn-out process. Not everybody just had a car, right? I mean, think about that. But nowadays, what do we really work for? I mean, seriously, think about that. What are you really working for? I mean, if you have a dream and you haven't seen that dream come true, let me ask you this question. How long have you worked towards that dream? Really worked towards it? I can tell you for me right now, trying to build Create Your Now, it's been over 10 years. It's over a decade in the making. And I'm still not where I know God wants it to be. But I keep putting in the hard work and I'm thinking one of these days I know we'll have aim around. We're going to have K.I.S.S there. I know you're like, what? That's a new one. We're going to have My Strength is My Story. Do you want to write a book? Pay attention. There's so many things up and coming. I just got off the phone yesterday with my designer for our website because we're in the middle of doing a new full redesign. And we're doing it because I want to serve you well. And that means I need to make it easily understandable, and I need to be able to meet you right where you are. And so we've got simulcast coming up. I mean, how cool would it be to have a pajama party? You don't have to go anywhere, but we get to come together. We get to learn after the kids go to bed. I'm just saying. I mean, we've got some incredible things around the corner. But you see, it just doesn't happen. I can't just go through the drive-thru and say, can you create all this for me? I mean, I could, but it would take probably easily $500,000 to $1 million to get it done just like that, right? And I know I could do it, but guess what? I wouldn't be prepared for it. Why? Because I didn't put the hard work in it while we were creating it. Hence, create your now. And I think we get so lazy. We don't mean to be lazy, but things come so easy now. Because we don't have to work that hard. We don't have to work hard to go get a gallon of milk. Come on, back in the olden days of the olden days of the olden days, you had to go and milk the cow. Moo. And then you're like, do we really need milk? Maybe not. Maybe we'll just drink water. It's easier. You just put a pail out there, we boil it, now we get to drink it. Yay. At some point, you have to say, I just can't live off of easy. My marriage shouldn't be that drive-through experience. I don't want a marriage that is a fast food. I wait for 2 minutes and I get this, because if that's what you want, oh my goodness. You might as well go find someone, because you're not going to last long. And this is not all doom and gloom. I'm telling you, I think you want a strong marriage, or you wouldn't be listening. You want that incredible connection like you had when you were dating, and now you want it more than ever. Because as we get older, there is some wisdom that comes with our age. Most of it out of our stupid mistakes, right? Our experiences, good, bad, and ugly. But then when you come into it, it's like, yeah, I want to be able to sit on the couch and either stream and binge watch something. I want to turn on a movie. I want to go shopping like the old-fashioned way and go look at windows. Man, I love window shopping. Now it's hard to find a place where you can do good old-fashioned window shopping. You got to go online. That really is kind of old. I'm just saying, but we'll leave that for another episode too. So what can you do to build a strong marriage? How about you strengthen your attraction? That is your K.I.S.S to Keep It Simple strategy. Strengthen your attraction. And what I mean by that, it's not about, oh, you look sexy today. Oh yeah, I mean, that would be nice, right? Okay, that would be great. But I'm talking about this attraction of like, whoa, right? The magnetic attraction that pulls you in. And you're like, yeah, I want to be near you. I want to see your face. My husband is so sweet. He's been traveling a lot. I've been traveling a lot. We're trying to work on our house. And anyway, we've got so many irons in the fire right now. We both do. It's great. But every once in a while, and usually, not every once in a while, it's at least once a week, he sends me this cute little gift, GIF, whatever you want to call it. Everybody says it differently, but you know what I'm talking about. And it says, miss your face. And I'm like, aw. And he'll put a little, sentence or whatever with it. And it's just short, sweet, to the point. And sometimes I'm like, could you send something else? And then I'm like, no, that's him. It's just saying, hey, I want to see you. I miss you. I love you. But not saying it in that fashion, right? He's saying it differently. Strengthen your attraction, right? That's what you want. You know those food saver, machines where they go and they suck the air out of it so your food lasts longer? Yeah, it's great when they work. When they break, yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But they are great when they do work. And so I think about our marriages, and that attraction needs to be so tight that when we're pulled together, it's like you can't pull us apart. An earthquake, a hurricane, we're strengthened even more. Tornado, even just a simple flash flood, nothing can separate the two of you. Strengthen your attraction. What does that look like in real life? Number one, you got to communicate openly and honestly. As we know, effective communication is key to a healthy marriage. You got to talk to each other. And if you're not talking, well, they're talking to somebody else. I'm telling you right now. Everybody wants to be seen and heard and understood. So you better be seeing your spouse. So take time each day to talk to your spouse. Share your thoughts. I don't care if you're traveling. Find a way to connect, right? Strengthen your attraction. Share your thoughts and feelings and experiences. Wow, you won't believe what happened on the airplane this time. You may not really honestly want to hear it, but guess what? If he wants to share it, then you better listen to it. Now, this might be something like discussing your day, your dreams, even your fears. I'm not liking this so much. Or, you know what, hun? Man, our kiddo, he really challenged me at this point. I don't know what to do. What are your thoughts? Right? It could be trying to figure out life. But you got to communicate openly and honestly. Listen attentively and have empathy for one another. For example, make it a point to have a check-in conversation every evening before bed. If you're traveling, FaceTime each other or Zoom or something. Share a highlight of your day and maybe a challenge that you face. Come up with something that's right for you. And maybe sometimes your spouse talks more than you do. That's okay. You're going to have those back and forth times, but make sure you have that connection, that magnetic time that says, you matter to me, babe. You're mine. Because sometimes we just need to know that. Because I'm telling you right now, if you're not giving it to your spouse, someone else will. So share a highlight, right? A challenge. This simple practice fosters communication and emotional intimacy, not just about the sexual intimacy. Yeah, that's all fun and games. That's fabulous. Don't get me wrong. But you got to have a lot of other stuff on it, right? Your relationship, if it's just built on sex, we got a problem. I'm being honest with you. Because you got to have some other stuff there. And men, if you're listening, you better be doing more for your spouse than just thinking about always sex. I'm telling you right now, because your woman needs more. I'm just saying, and that's what makes it hard, right? That's why it would be nice. Can we just go through the drive-thru, get the marriage that I want? No, you can't, because it's going to, it's going to be soggy sometimes. They're going to get it wrong. In fact, you may not even get what you ordered, right? Okay, so get my drift. But set some time aside to talk to one another. Actually speak to one another. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you had an actual conversation with your spouse? Not about, oh, see you later, have a great day. Not that conversation. Something that you sat down and said, what if we were to redo the front porch of our house? Have you ever thought about changing our master closet? Because, it'd really be nice to organize things a little bit differently. It's so small, but I think we could change it. And if we got somebody in here, we might be able to organize it to the point where it doubles our space. Okay, have you had, and I'm not saying you have to have everything around renovation. That's just what came to me. Why? Because I'm in the middle of it right now. Okay, so truth be told, that's where I'm at. But what is it for you? Maybe it's talking about your dreams. Maybe you want to write a book and you've been secretly thinking about that. And it's coming back to you. You're like, well, Christiane, ever since I heard you talk about, gosh, if you want to be an author, and then all of a sudden it's kind of triggered some things. Great, pay attention. More information to come on that. But I also want to share with you that you need to be sharing that with your spouse, not just within your own head. Honest communication builds trust and intimacy in a marriage. It's the foundation of a strong relationship. Number 2, prioritize quality time together. Are you spending quality time together? I mean, I would like to spend a lot more time with my husband. But the season that we're in right now, it's a little bit challenging. And that's okay. So we make sure we have the quality time together. When we're together, we pay attention to each other. I try to make sure that I get my work out of the way that really has to be done so then I can focus on him. And then if I have some other things that I have the opportunity to do, then I can do them. Find activities that you both enjoy and make time for them regularly. Maybe it's golf. Maybe it's learning how to play a new game like pickleball or chess. Maybe it's simply going for a walk or learning how to cook a meal. Like, take a cooking class together. How fun is that? Maybe it's watching a movie snuggled up on the couch or snuggled up in bed, whatever works for you. Plan a spontaneous, getaway, you could say, but it's all about planning this spontaneous gesture of love and appreciation to keep the romance alive. Maybe it's just going for a picnic. But how cool would that be to enjoying the sunset, little glass of wine with some grapes, your own little charcuterie board, whatever it is. Surprise your spouse with a heartfelt note, a small gift. Maybe if you were just to say, you know what, I just want her to know how much I love her. How can you show it differently? There are so many things out there, and you don't have to do things that cost money. You can be creative yourself. Right? Go to the dollar store and get a coloring book. I know you're sitting here going, what? Okay, I'm telling you, this is cheap. Okay, now the dollar store is no longer the dollar store. I think it's actually $1.25 now. So $1.25 plus tax, whatever that is. But get a coloring book and take a page out of there, color the side, and write a little cute note. I mean, number one, you're going to benefit from it because it's color therapy. I mean, everybody needs art therapy. I'm just saying. It is fabulous. But then it's just kind of taking you back in the days. And if your kiddos are older and she sees that kind of rolled up, she's going to be like, aw. Now, if she's one who says, I cannot believe you did that. Okay, then obviously we don't know our spouse, right, very well. So if you don't think your spouse will go for it. But most spouses that have been moms would appreciate something cute like that and say, you know what, I just couldn't find anything perfect. So I thought I would color a page just for you. Here's some colors to light up your world because you light up mine. Okay, you're allowed to steal that. Just replay this and you can write what I just told you. Doesn't take much, all right? And yes, that came off just the top of my head. So do that. Prioritize quality time together. Quality time, it's not about the quantity, but the quality of moments shared together. And it's in these moments that connections are deepened and love is nurtured. If you are not spending time together in some form or fashion, you are going to be separated and you will not have that attraction strengthened. It's going to be weakened. And I don't want you to get to that point. And then finally, number 3, show gratitude and affection. Expressing gratitude and affection towards your sweetheart reinforces the love and appreciation you have for each other. You got to do it. Don't assume right now. Listen, if you hear nothing else, do not assume that your spouse knows that you love her or that you love him. Seriously. Do not assume that. You better be regularly acknowledging the little things that your partner does and express gratitude for their presence in your life. You know what? Life would be so boring if it wasn't for you. And if my husband said that to me, I'm like, you're right. It literally is a party every day. And that is a true fact. Small gestures like saying, I love you, giving a hug or holding hands can go a long way in affirming your bond. Don't assume that your spouse knows, oh yeah, she loves me, he loves me. If you haven't said it, I mean, seriously, think about this. When was the last time you said, I love you? And really meant it. Not just because you're saying goodbye, and that's normally what you say when you hang up the phone or you send each other off for work or whatever, but where it's totally separate from, it's not a pattern in your everyday, but you say, I love you. Think about that. Here's another idea. Create a gratitude journal where you both write down things you're grateful for each other. So you do, one side is the husband and one side's the wife, right? Another idea is this, and I've had clients do this, and it's amazing the results. But you get the journal, and a lot of people will do this, especially for a special anniversary or a birthday, and they do like 30 or 40 days in advance, and every day they write something down. and they date it. And then the last day is the day of the birthday or the anniversary or whatever. And then a special note is written there and then it's given to them. Oh, how precious that journal is, right? Because it's your thoughts. And that is something that is priceless. You can go to the Dollar General. You can get a cute little notebook. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. For $1.25, because you know nothing's $1 anymore. $1.25. Maybe it's actually gone up. I haven't been to the dollar store in a while. And then pay your tax, of course, and write in it. And then give it as a gift. And this really does help you have this positive outlook on your relationship as a whole, because when life happens and you get the curveballs and you get the fastballs and you get, oh my goodness, the high and low balls, let me tell you what, you need to be grateful and you need to have this affection for your spouse to be so strong that nothing can break the bond. And remember, celebrate the milestones, the anniversaries, the achievements, the little things. And if you don't know them, guys, listen up. But women too. It's amazing because some women forget things that the husband will remember. So get on the same page here. But if you know that there's something special in your relationship, or there's a song and you haven't heard it in a while, you could just play that song out of the blue and be like, "Hun, do you remember this is what we danced to at our wedding? Do you remember that this is a song that was in the movie when we went to the movie theater back in the day that, it was only like $2.50 to get a ticket, but popcorn was like $5. That's where it was expensive. The food was expensive, but the ticket was cheap. You know what I mean? It kind of was a reverse there. Or you went to the dollar matinee. Do you remember those days? Oh, I remember those days. You could do something sweet like that. Gratitude and affection are the fuel that keeps the flame of love burning in a marriage. Expressing love in your words and actions strengthens the foundation of your relationship. But you got to be present to do any of it. Are you? Are you ready to strengthen your attraction? These daily investments in your marriage yield greater rewards than occasional grand gestures. And it's fun. Yeah, I want to get that diamond ring for her. I want to get that anniversary ring or the anniversary bracelet or necklace. Those are fabulous. But let me tell you, daily is better than weekly, is better than monthly, is better than yearly. Daily. What can you do daily? When you incorporate these simple, but not necessarily easy daily practices in your routine, you can deepen your connection with your sweetheart, building this thriving relationship called what? Marriage, creating a lasting living legacy of love and of happiness. Go in peace, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.